Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, let me tell you something, Jack. What I'm going to be talking about is what many people talk about. Modern women, black women in particular, there seems to be an overwhelming opinion in society when it comes to the behaviors and the attitudes of today's modern day black woman. What do I mean? It is the opinion of many people out there, women and men alike, that our women in our communities have the barbaric attitude of unruly animals. Yes, yes. And this is for educational purposes. And everything I say is my opinion. But I'm going to let a black lady break it down and actually agree with what I said. And she's trying to talk to the black women to try to expose them to their animalistic behaviors and to also provide a solution towards their unruliness. Can you dig it? Well, let me go ahead and pull it up on your screen right quick. You about to dig off in this, Jack? That's what I told her. So I'm playing. All right, let's get it.
In your negative emotion, your anger, your frustration, your irritability, you're pissed off and stuff. Just because you are justified in that does not mean you have to present yourself like that raw all the time. Because first of all, you have to remember as black women, we don't live on planet Earth by ourselves. Maybe if we lived on the planet by ourselves, then yeah, we can, lash out anyhow and don't even care who's listening, who's being hurt by what we say, whether what we're saying is hurting us instead of somebody else.
I like what she said right then. See, some of these black women do not realize that the things that they're saying and the things that they are doing are not only hurting people, but it's also hurting them. How is it hurting them? It brings further decay to their image. They're already looked at. People look at them now as just a bunch of women who love to live in lust, promiscuity, love to twerk, just rude, have no type of decorum whatsoever. They look at them as if they are individuals who have absolutely no self-respect, and they definitely look at these women as if they do not respect black men. And when these women are running off at the mouth, you dig, talking about I don't need no man and F this, F that, and all this other stuff, it just makes them look bad as a whole. Now, it also impacts the black man's image because every other man from another ethnic group be like, dang, you can't control your women, man? Why you let y'all women talk to y'all like that? So when women do things like that, it also impacts the men, it impacts the black community as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, ladies, you are giving yourself enough rope just to hang yourself.
See, but we don't live on this planet by ourselves. We live with other human beings. Therefore, there is a certain standard. Even though we are right in the way we feel those negative emotions, there's a certain way we have to present ourselves, even carrying those negative emotions. Number one, you know what? If you always find yourself angry, bitter, frustrated, and this, that, and the other, always speaking in negative terms, that's a telltale sign that you do need therapy. Listen, I do not believe everyone needs therapy. That's just what I believe. I don't believe everyone needs therapy, but I do believe that those who need therapy need to go and get therapy. If you consistently find yourself always mad, always just in that grouchy, just triggered, almost always triggered type of attitude.
We experience that with our black women all the time. What she just described is the perfect description of what we see with a whole lot in mass of black women. Angry, grouchy, bad attitude, just venomous. That's what we come across day to day. Especially if you, man, you see that a lot in customer service. Don't let that woman work behind any type of table. Don't let her work in the gas station where she got to take your money. Don't let her work anywhere where she has to interact with the public, because I swear to God, I do declare that these women are nuts. I mean, I'm telling you, they nuts, bro. They nuts, man.
I'm a mustard back heifer. All I ever do is have a bad attitude. I don't know why they even hired me to work here in the first place. They act like I like people. I don't like people. Shit, I'm a mustard back heifer. I do what I want. And if anybody come to me, even if they're smiling, I guarantee I'm gonna turn that smile upside down into a frown. Why? Because I am a mustard back heifer. For real, dog.
And I agree.
There's something wrong with you because that is not normal. And just because you are right does not mean you must win the argument and have the last and final say. It looks ugly on us black women. It looks terrible on us.
Let me throw this in too. Not only does it look ugly on you, but if you happen to be a person that society also calls ugly on the outside, that you don't look through attractive, that you look savagely unattractive, it's terrible. It's even worse when you're ugly on the outside and you have an ugly attitude. It just compounds the ugly, and it's not what everybody wants to take. Have you ever looked at someone like that and have to deal with that? That shit is nasty. I swear to God, for Lord.
And it doesn't get us those type of favorable outcomes that we are looking for, specifically in the confines of marriage or getting to marriage. It does not help. What it does is it drives people away. Some will just walk away from you respectfully. Some won't say anything. Some will lash out back. I'm talking about men. Some men will lash back out at you. And then
a good example of that is when a man talks to a woman. See, I don't cold approach a woman, but I've seen it done, and I have done it when I was young and didn't know anything. But when you approach a woman, say, "Hey, sweetheart, honey child, can I get your number?" And you say something crazy like,
I don't want you. I got a man. Or, ooh, what? Why are you talking to me? Leave me the F alone.
and then that man be like, "Well, F you then, ho," because of the attitude and because of the delivery of what you said. Let's keep going.
and you're always like, why do everyone says something about, black women? Black women, we need to be checked. Honestly, it doesn't matter, black women, how you feel about what I'm saying. It does not matter. Your feelings at this point, when it comes to this topic, does not matter. Your feelings don't matter because your feelings have been mattered for so long, right? Everyone's been like moving out the way, allowing black women to act almost animalistic. We're done with that, black women. It's time for us to be done with that type of negative, animalistic behavior. We have to learn how to, as mature women, manage our emotions. We have to learn how to curtail how we feel, those negative emotions. I'm not saying that they're not legit, because they are legit, but we're going to have to learn. And how do you learn? You have to learn by practicing. And if you don't know how to start, where to start, when to start, it's time for therapy. Because no longer can we just go out in society and act like we have no sense and act like we have no home training. And even if, yes, some of you black women don't have any home training, unfortunately, but that is no excuse for the way that us black women show up.
I like when she said that some of you don't have any home training, and that's 100% right. Because a lot of these women are brought up in single parent homes that are ran by their mothers who are also emotionally unstable. They raised up around mama who said like, F that dude. I don't need no man. I don't need to do anything. Shoot, if he ain't paying no bills, there ain't no need for him to get some of these thrills. You understand me? Ain't no romance without no finance. And they put that into those daughters. And whenever them daughters see them mother interact with a man, it might be a whole lot of disrespect, a whole lot of cussing, a lot of her expressing how unappreciative she is of a man. So a lot of these women don't have any home training. They don't know how to handle a good man. They don't know how to approach a man. They don't know how to be quiet and listen to a man. They don't know how to follow a man's guidance because they're so used to seeing their mother being the man in the relationship or being the man at home, especially if she's a single parent. You get what I'm saying? So she never got to see that. So like this woman said, y'all need therapy, but I always go a little further than that. Therapy is not always enough because therapy only helps you address things that bother you, and most likely it's things that happened to you in your past that is affecting how you think and behave now. I say women need to also go with a reputable femininity coach to teach them how to have feminine qualities, feminine decorum, because therapy does not teach you that. Therapy just teach you how to deal with past pains and stuff like that, and how to navigate and how to survive with these issues that you got, and how not to be a detriment to other people, especially when it comes to relationships. But that's one part of it. That's one half of it. The other half is they need to have a femininity coach, a reputable femininity coach, to teach them how to act feminine and how to walk in that femininity, so when they meet a man who is also walking in his masculinity, they can come together. You get what I'm saying? So it don't make sense if you fix, but yet you still act like a masculine person. There's a lot of people who are going to therapy, but as they go to therapy, or after they have received their quote unquote healing from therapy of going there for many years, they still act masculine. So that means men who are masculine, who are productive, who are about their business, still do not find these women attractive. So let's just throw all that shit out without just say, oh, y'all need therapy. No. Y'all need therapy, and you need a reputable femininity coach. I've said that many times over the past year, that y'all, in many videos, that therapy is not enough. You also need to be taught how to act like a lady, how to cross your legs when you got a dress on, how to not be cussing all the time, not to get all these tattoos all over your body and stuff, how to talk softly. Most women talk hard and harsh like Glorilla. It's 95 degrees. I mean, come on, man. Sound like Scooby-Doo. Y'all have to start learning how to be feminine, and I still say y'all need to get a femininity coach. Period. Said what I said, homie.
In society, we don't live in society by ourselves, so we have to follow. There's a certain standard, like it or not. There's a certain standard that we have to follow when it comes to displaying your attitude or displaying your emotions. There's a certain way to act, okay? Because we don't live in a vacuum. You don't live in a vacuum, so you have to present yourself in an adult manner. You have to present yourself in a well put together manner. Yes, you are angry. Yes, you're irritable for whatever reason. For whatever reason you are. But you cannot continue to show up in your raw, negative, emotionless, emotive state. You can no longer begin to show up like that. That's why, as beautiful as us Black women are, we are at the bottom. We're what they call the least desired women in the world today. Our attitude is killing our results. As beautiful we are, you can just turn on social media, just be scrolling mindlessly and see this beautiful, gorgeous Black woman, and the moment she opens up her mouth, is like, oh, I wish she shut her mouth and didn't say nothing. Let's just admire her appearance, you know? But it's just like, man, everywhere you go, it's like the majority of Black women, oh, I have the rights, and it doesn't matter if you have the right, because everyone else has the right also to their own negative emotion. But even though we have the right, because we know we don't live here by ourselves and we're supposed to be productive citizens of society, well, there's a way we have to present ourselves. Otherwise, we're not going to get the type of results that we're looking for when it comes to relationships. We're just going to forever, that hamster in the wheel, turning around the same negative outcomes in relationships over and over and over and over. And then we're going to come and make TikTok videos and YouTube videos and what have you, get on Instagram and bash men and blame men. No, men are not to blame. Not to say that men don't have their own part to play in what's going on in our lives, but we as Black women have to take that number one responsibility for our own actions, the way we present ourselves. Our attitude is inside of us. It's not inside of another individual. Therefore, you cannot blame another individual for the way you feel. You see?
Yes, women need to take accountability for their own actions. And like what you said, Your attitude is not in other people. Your attitude is within yourself. It's in your soul. It's your spirit. It's your mind. You have a corrupt mindset or something that's wrong with you. You need to get that fixed. You're damaged and you're broken. So you got to stop blaming everybody for the reason why you act like this. Now, some of you have traumas that you never asked for growing up. You received some type of pains. Someone might have touched on you wrong when you was a youngster and stuff like that. And I get that. You never asked for those traumas. And it's not fair that you have to go through that. It's not fair that you had to go through that. But that does not, how can I say, that does not set you free from your own responsibility of dealing with that trauma. Yes, you have a trauma, someone else gave it to you. Now it is your responsibility to deal with the trauma, to heal from the trauma. That is nobody else's responsibility but your own. So stop getting into relationships with men when you're still dealing with traumas, because all you're going to do is run them men off, and then you're going to get mad at other men and say, oh, he wasn't strong enough. I be seeing stupid stuff posted on Facebook all the time. Say like, it takes a strong man to deal with a woman when she's broken. It takes a strong man to know how to heal a broken woman. No, it takes a dumb ass man to deal with a woman that's broken. It takes a dumb ass man who wants to heal a woman. That's what it takes. A man who's already whole. Why in the hell are you dealing with a broken woman? Why are you trying to help a woman get back on her feet when there are too many women out here who are already standing? You understand what I'm saying, Jack? You don't do that. That's her. She need to take care of herself and then present herself to a man when she is already whole. That's how it's supposed to go, for sure.
See how that goes? Don't give your power, Black women, to somebody else. That power lies within you. You have the power to create positive emotions. You have the power to manage your emotions. You have the power to stand down. You have the power to know when to speak your mind and when to shut up. You have that power. That power is not in somebody else. That power for you to do is within you. It's your God-given power. Stop pretending, Black women, that you don't have the power to control your emotions and package your emotions correctly. Stop pretending that way. Who gonna check, Black women? It's time for us to check ourselves. And yes, we are responsible. It is our own duty as citizens to check ourselves, because guess what? Other people out there are checking themselves. And if you don't check yourself, Black women, somebody else is going to check you. And how dare you take offense when someone else checks you? How dare you take offense? You shouldn't, because you're acting as mature as you are, or as grown in age as you are. You're acting like you're in kindergarten. So yes, if you don't check yourself, Black women, other people out there are going to check you. Women like me are going to continue to make videos on YouTube and will continue to check you, and we won't even care how upset you get, how angry you get. That's on you. I refuse, as a grown, mature woman, to accept another woman's attitude. I'm not going to do that. And since I don't have to accept your attitude, I'm going to continue to come on YouTube, make videos, and continue to check Black women until we get it right. My channel is coming from a place of love, from the bottom of my heart, for our own women, women that look like me, women that have my kind of skin color, women that come from my race. I can't stand all those statistics about Black women. Majority of them, there's a lot of truth in majority of them, and I don't like that. So if I know better, I'm creating videos to help Black women to get better. So Black women, who gonna check you? If you don't check yourself, I am here to tell you right now that people like me are going to check you. So if you don't want to hear from people like me, check yourself. Control your attitude. Control your anger. As legit as your emotions are, control yourself. Comport yourself in the right manner and show up in your true, authentic self. Go get therapy, Black women. That's what I have for you today. Get in the comment section and let's talk about it. Like my video, share it to others, and please subscribe so we can get this conversation out there. It's time for Black women to rebuild our community, starting with one Black woman at a time. All right.
Yeah, baby. She gave you some good information, man. Real talk. And I ain't mad at her. I think she was right on everything she said. I ain't heard nothing that was out of line. So I support that lady and what she's saying. But what's so good about that, y'all? It can give y'all a little bit of hope and let y'all know that all Black women ain't like the ones that we see every day. There's a remnant of good women out there, very few. But it's gonna take probably a couple generations before we see the results of shows like mine or stuff like that. Because like it's gonna get to a point where women are tired of not having men and everybody else getting their men. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I got for you today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the episodes today. And I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. Y'all take it easy and y'all be safe now, you hear?